Hi, gonna try and make this video as short as possible and to the point. I'm asking people in the Mopar car community, the Mopar fans, if anybody knows what happened to a green vinyl roof 1970 Plymouth Fury 3. It was owned by an elderly lady in Rochester, Minnesota. I saw it in, I think, the late summer of 1994. I had just had a garage sale. And I was just packing things up, and this car pulled up, and this old lady was driving it. She had a hairnet and stuff, and she says, I think I lost one hubcap back there by the bridge, back about a block and a half or two. And she gave me her phone number, and she says, if you find that hubcap, give me a call. I'll give you $20 if you bring it to me. And I was looking at her car, and I was stunned. I was stunned looking at her car. It was like a medium green metallic two-door Fury 3 1970 green vinyl roof. And I asked her about the car, and she says that it has only 7,000 miles on it. There was the plastic on, not the plastic on the seats you see wrapped around the seats when a car is delivered. I mean, the old-fashioned type plastic where people would put on car seats, where there's the little pointed thing sticking down one side to keep the plastic from moving around. I looked over, she was patient enough to let me look over the car. I literally, to one point, discovered that I was starting to drool looking at this car. And I'm a Ford fan. I really haven't had a lot of interest in Mopars. I've had two 1979 Mustang Indy Pace cars. I've had Rangers, F-150s, well, probably about 15 F-150s, F-250s, F-350s. Never owned a Chevy. The only Chrysler anything I've had was a K-car project, and then about 3 Plymouth Colts. But anyway, so I did find this hubcap for her, gave her a call. She was living in a high-rise in downtown Rochester, Minnesota. And she had to buzz me in, and I brought the hubcap up to her, and she gave me $20. But the story is that her husband had passed away, and that she and her husband had bought this car brand new in 1970, and the only mechanics who had ever touched it were at Virgil's Auto Clinic on I think that's Southwest 2nd Street, and then the Dodge dealership in the northwest part of Rochester. But literally 7,000 miles on it. I believe it had the original tires. It was just in unbelievable condition. I saw it several more times while I moved away from Rochester in early 1995, but I think I saw it at Barlow's grocery store a few times, but she told me she would be, she'd go to Barlow's or one of the other places, and she'd walk out and see her car with 2 feet sticking out from under it, and there'd be some guy who had crawled underneath looking at the underside of the car and just couldn't believe how pristine this car was in. And they would offer her, $4,000, $5,000, and she knew it was worth more than that. And so this is 1994 when this happened. I don't know how old she is, but I'm guessing she is passed on from the earth by now. So I'm hoping. I don't know her family. I don't remember her name. I'm wondering if someone in her family inherited the car, or if some collector bought the car. I just would love to hear what happened to it. I literally, if I would have had the money to buy the car, enough money to buy it, and she would have sold it, I would have been very tempted to buy it. But I think back then the car was worth at least, I don't know, $7,000 to $10,000, maybe a little bit more. I don't know what engine it had in it, engine or transmission or options, but it was 7,000 miles. It was in unbelievably pristine condition. I mean, the car could have been driven into a museum. I think I saw, as I looked over the car, I think I saw one spot by the back window where there was a tiny bit of paint chipped off. The spot of paint chipped off was about as big around as the end of this big pen, but it was literally just a museum piece. But after I was the first time I saw it and talked to her, there was a traffic light right next to where I lived, and she, I says, okay, bye, I'll call you if I find the hubcap. And she pulled up to the light, which was green, or which was red, and when it turned green, she stomped on the gas, and the car kind of, she didn't chirp the tires or burn rubber, but there was a puff of carbon coming out of the tailpipe. So I'm guessing she was pretty easy on it. Maybe it had some carbon buildup in the engine or something like that. But this video is for you guys and gals out in the Mopar community. I just would be curious to know the answer of where the car went. Hopefully some collector got it and didn't tub it, didn't modify it. Of course it would be if it had a small block Chrysler engine, of course it'd be fun to put a big block or a big Hemi in it. But that car just deserved to be preserved. It was such in unbelievably perfect condition. I don't remember her saying anything about it ever getting in an accident. If from the condition it looked like, I doubt that it was driven in the winter or driven in the winter very much. But it looked like it was taken care of, like it was a museum piece. So. And the picture I'm showing in the thumbnail is a screenshot I did a grab off of Google. So I never got a picture of her car, but it did have hubcaps. It was like, I think they were like cone style hubcaps that it had on it. But oh boy, it was just a stunning car to see. A stunning car to see 24 years after it was 24 to 25 years after it was built. And so, hopefully some collector and somewhere has it parked in their garage and has taken care of it. Maybe drives it to shows or something, or trailers it to a show now and then. But anyway, please leave your replies and go ahead and link this video to Mopar forums if you think you know someone that might know what happened to it. But yeah, it's an old lady, you know, 1994. I'm guessing she was at least in her 70s when I saw her, if not her 80s. So I'd be surprised if she was still with us. Anyway, I think I covered pretty much everything on that subject. Thanks for watching. I have a lot of other videos, 400 plus videos on a lot of different subjects. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye.